Welcome to the Needy and Normal podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Levering. I'm a trained life coach with many years of experience helping my clients change their lives. I'm also a mom and a wife. Here, we're going to talk about having needs and how to tend to them without guilt. Your needs matter because you matter. Let's walk through this together. Welcome back to Needy and Normal. So glad you pushed play today and are showing up for yourself. And for me, your loyalty and your ears and your interest matters so much to the podcast. So please don't forget to leave a rating and a review before you go. And of course, if you're interested in ABL Life Coaching, who sponsors this shindig, that is my company that I'm so proud of. And very soon I'll be celebrating its 6th birthday. Go check out ablifecoaching.com. And follow me on Instagram at ABL Life Coaching, and also click a follow for Needy and Normal Pod. Today I want to talk about connection and the need for connection from other people. We have so many needs that we have to meet ourselves, that we have to seek and connect and fix and do on our own. We have only control of ourselves, right? So we can only take responsibility for what we can actually change. But what about for the change we want with the relationships we have, the people we need to connect to, that we want to connect to? What about the need to connect and staying so busy that we lose that opportunity? So this episode will be 2 parts. 1, let's talk about the importance of connection and why we need it and crave it, and why when we don't have that connection, we feel everything. It's tough because we come into the world seeking a heartbeat. We come into the world seeking touch and something we recognize and feel familiar near. We are meant to be connected. It's built in our DNA. It's who we are as people. We were made to be connected, be together. There's a reason why there's love, that we fall in love. There's reasons why there's friendship, family connections. It all matters. We are all connected. If you really want to go deep, 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 we're all connected. We really are from the very beginning. Connection's huge, and we really, really, truly need it. So I want to talk about why that's important and how to cope with the lack of connection. And then the second part of this episode, I really want to talk about not letting time go by, so much so that we miss out on connections with people who matter to us. Unfortunately, loneliness has become one of the defining struggles of our time, even in an age where we can message someone across the world instantly. People report feeling lonelier every day. But why? What's behind this constant yearning to be understood, seen, and accepted? And how can we learn to soothe that ache when connection feels so out of reach? From an evolutionary standpoint, belonging to a group once meant survival. Being alone left us vulnerable. Our brains haven't forgotten that. So when we form close bonds, our brains reward us. You know, we get those oxytocin hits, the dopamine, the chemicals that boost well-being and actually reduce stress and even strengthen immunity. On the flip side, prolonged loneliness triggers the same stress response as physical pain. That's because our brains process social rejection in the same area that processes injury. That's fascinating and scary. So connection isn't just emotional, it's biological. It keeps our minds and our bodies healthy. Even small acts like making eye contact with a stranger or sharing a laugh with a coworker, it reinforces that we belong. It's healthy. We actually need it. So why do so many of us feel so lonely? The modern world gives us constant communication, but less genuine connection. I've told the story before of when my son, walking across the street with me in my college town, witnessed probably 10 or 12 students all together next to each other, all on their phones. Is that real connection? I mean, sure, you're looking at the news or texting people or making plans, but there's literally a person next to you, a real live human, and you won't even make eye contact. We're making different choices, clearly, these days. We're raising our kids differently. We're allowing so many things to disconnect us. We've normalized busyness and even emotional self-sufficiency, even though deep down we crave closeness, all of us, because we really truly need it. The paradox is clear. Never before have we been so quote unquote connected, yet feel so unseen. Recognizing this mismatch, like the gap between what our brains need and what modern life offers, could be the first step to healing it. And loneliness isn't just about being alone, right? It's the gap between the connection we have and the connection we want. You can even feel lonely in a crowd. And loneliness feels like rejection. It's not a personal failure, it's a signal. It's a natural cue from the mind saying, you need to reconnect. So acknowledging that you're feeling this loneliness without judgment lets you actually respond. You can be curious instead of feel shameful. Oh, what do I need right now? It's that question I always encourage. What do I need right now? So many times the answer is I need to connect with my romantic partner, with a friend, with a family member. You pick. That simple shift from what's wrong with me to what is this feeling trying to tell me can really change things in a good way. So instead of being judgmental or feeling less than, you think, what do I need? What is my body and my mind and this feeling I'm having waking me up to? So what can you do about it? You're not without the ability to take responsibility and do something. You were also made and created with this incredible ability to make decisions. So if you're feeling disconnected or you're feeling lonely, you absolutely deserve to feel that connection again because you really do need it as a human being with a pulse. But you can make decisions to do something about it. For one, you can reach out to somebody. You can take the initiative to send a message, make a call, invite someone to coffee, even if it feels awkward, even if it's been a long time. Genuine connection most often starts with that small, imperfect even kind of gesture. You could also build micro moments into your day. Greet a neighbor, chat with the barista or the person at the checkout line. I do that all the time. Smile at someone, anyone. Those fleeting moments, they remind your brain that you're part of something, that you're part of the world, that you are connected, right? Have those interactions. You can also just immerse yourself in community, volunteer, join local gatherings, take classes that align with your interests. You can actually build authentic bonds by being a part of something that interests you and meeting other people where the same interests are their interests. And then all of a sudden, you have something in common. Commonalities are connections. They bring people together. And one thing that we always have available to us is this practice of self-connection. You can write in a journal, take a walk, being mindful in like a meditation or a breathing practice. You can also feel at home in your own body, making use of your own time, however you want to. And reframe solitude. I gotta tell you, I'm on my own quite a bit. When my husband's on the road and the kids go to bed or they're at school, I make use of that time. And I'm productive and efficient and all those things because that's just how I operate. But I also build in time to be with myself, to do things for myself that I enjoy, that help me feel connected to my own heart and my own soul and my own body. I will take myself on a walk. I will sit down and do some reading or writing. I will sit down and watch my favorite show that nobody else gives a shit about, but I do. Because time alone can nurture your own creativity and your clarity and have those moments with your own thoughts, not to overthink and drive yourself crazy, but to understand in those quiet moments what is really going on with me and have that reflection time. And learning to distinguish solitude from loneliness, it does help you understand your needs better. You can feel alone or you can have alone time. There is a difference. And it's easier said than done, but it is a choice. You have so much more power than you think to just take responsibility and think, if I need to connect with myself or with others, how can I do that? What can I do about it? Because you need it, we all do. And there are some telltale signs. We've also talked about this on the show before. If you're feeling resentful or overwhelmed or stressed out, if you're having those feelings that are just downright uncomfortable, it could very well be your signal that you are needing connection. And what if you're the person who's thinking about that one friend, that one coworker, that one family member, and you would love to connect with them, but you let other things get in the way? You let life get so busy sometimes that connection you were craving the other day has kind of fizzled away. It's not gone, but it hasn't been a priority. What if it's too late? Sadly, I think all of us can think of that one friend or family member that we just didn't get enough time with, that we didn't connect with one more time, at least one more time before they left us, before they left the earth. I have friends and family members. Granted, it'll never be enough time, but I can think about moments where I've thought, man, I need to call them or I need to get together with them. And then I don't. I don't make a move. I don't take responsibility. What happens? Those fleeting moments turn into never going to have moments. One of my very best friends left this earth not that long ago as a young mom of 3. And just months before her death, I remember thinking, gosh, I should really call her. And I didn't, because life got busy. And while I've had to work on the hope she forgives me kind of stuff, because that's tough. That's tough stuff. When you meant to call someone, they may have been waiting to hear from you and didn't. And now they're not here. I had to forgive myself for that, first of all. But also, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to have the moment in my mind where I think, I got to call that person. I got to reach out. I should get coffee with them. Just do it. Take responsibility for the connection that you crave, because they might need it too. You've probably experienced this one too, where you call a friend and you're like, hey, I know it's been a long time, but how are you? And it just so happens that they're not okay and that they really could use a friend, and you called just in the nick of time to be there for them. And it fills both your cups to show up for each other. And what a cool chance happening. What if you had that moment where you think, I got to call that person, I got to reach out. And it's exactly what both of you end up needing. Don't let that opportunity go. You have that power to connect to others, to connect to community, to connect to yourself. Especially in a world we live in today where connection and communication should be easy. It is easy. We're taking advantage of it. We think because it's so easy to access, it's there, right? It's always there. That we'll do it next week, maybe tomorrow, maybe today. Don't miss those opportunities. If you're feeling any of those telltale signs that you're missing out on a connection, if you think of that person, don't wait. Reach out. I am notorious for randomly texting someone because the instant they hit my brain, I think, I gotta text them. And I do. I follow through on that. And so in the middle of the day, when someone's probably working and can't even answer me, I'll be the person that's like, hey, I've been thinking about you. What's up? And I don't care if they don't respond to me immediately. I don't care. At least they know I was thinking about them. And so many times, it's just the right time. It's just perfect timing that I reached out because we both end up needing each other. We both end up needing that connection. Because like we've discovered and like we all know deep down, we absolutely need each other. Being vulnerable and having an authentic connection and conversation with someone who means something to us for years and years, or someone we just met, or just having that random conversation at the bookstore or the coffee shop, or while you're sitting at gymnastics watching your daughter do cartwheels. Connections are cup filling. They matter. So, your takeaway today. If you're feeling lonely, you're not alone. Way too many of us are feeling that way. But think about the fact that there's a difference between loneliness and being alone. Being on your own and having time to pour into yourself and nurture yourself and enjoy time alone and have that time to reflect and take a beat and take a breath. That quiet reconnection, that's valuable. That's good stuff. And you can choose that. You have control over that. It doesn't have to be shameful, judge-worthy loneliness. But if you are feeling lonely, like, who cares about me? Where are my people? Nobody cares. If you start having these terrible, sad, negative thoughts that nobody cares, somebody cares. I promise you. Doing nothing will only encourage those sad, judgmental, shameful thoughts around being alone. When you can make efforts to make a phone call, to say hello to someone, to smile at somebody, even small efforts help us feel like we're not alone in the world, because you're really not. And for everyone, stop leaning on the ease of communication these days and how readily available means for connection are available. Don't look at them as so available that you'll get to it next week. Don't wait. So what I'm leaving you with is you can always do something. You can always do something about it. You can honor the fact that connection matters to you. You can honor the fact that you need to connect with yourself, but you also need to connect with others. Again, we come into the world seeking touch and a heartbeat and someone to hold us and be there for us. And if we're lucky, that's the way we go. That would be something I'd be incredibly proud of. If I get to the end of my life and I think, you know what, the people who mattered the absolute most to me are the ones I stayed close to, the ones who I kept communicating with and stayed close to in my life, even if we were far apart, that's my goal. I'd be so proud of that. How about you? What are your connection goals? Who matters to you? Who are you going to call the second you're done listening to this and be like, listen, I miss you. It's been a while. I also listened to this really powerful podcast episode about why connection is so important. So yeah, I'm asking for you to share this episode, of course, but it's because the power of connection is really, really, really important. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, your needs matter because you matter. Take care. Thank you so much for showing up and listening today. Please rate and review the show before you go. And if you're curious about coaching, visit ablifecoaching.com. I offer free initial sessions, and I'd love to show up for you. Follow Needy Normal Pod and ABL Life Coaching on Instagram, and I'll catch you next week.